Hey, Wellbung World Entertainment, and things aren't looking that great for Warhammer, the Henry Cavill Amazon Prime series and possible movies. There was a rumour that it might get scrapped, and now it's looking like Games Workshop is confirming the rumour. So it's interesting, and all you can think when you hear it is, good God, will somebody give Henry Cavill a break? The guy just cannot catch one. Everything he seems to do, it just seems to get taken away or destroyed on him for some reason. It's so bizarre. But we now know that this show apparently is struggling to get off the ground. And of course, one of the delays I think that started to creep in was of course the Games Workshop adding in the female custodians. Now, we were all pointing the finger and saying, did Amazon actually force them to do that so they could shove it into the show? And of course we were all thinking probably, but of course once you heard, like, wait, there's already female marines and stuff, why do they want to add it into there? There was only one thing that crossed all of our minds, and we were all thinking it when they announced that, was,
hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Yeah, something definitely wasn't right, because there's already female characters in power positions that you could have used. But we have no idea whether that is what one of the issues is. But we'll have a look at this article. So it's saying, Games Workshop confirmed a rumour that an announced Warhammer 40k production being helmed by Henry Cavill at Prime Video could be scrapped. Back in June, YouTuber Ark of the Arkcast channel claimed the show or film that Games Workshop was working on with Amazon could be scrapped. He noted, right now, the agreement in principle between Games Workshop and Amazon appears to be in effect. This means that a team at Amazon, a team of writers, is right now trying to write out a story that is going to be turned into the Warhammer 40k television show. They have, I believe, a few more months on this deadline for the project, and they have to hand it in, and then it either has to be greenlit or they have to have their writing date further postponed in the hope that they can produce something better further down the line, or the entire project will be shelved. He adds, those are the three opportunities. Either they'll have a project they'll go ahead with, they'll shelve the whole thing, or they will extend the deadline to try and get a decent product going. In other words, nothing is finalized yet. Absolutely nothing. There isn't even any money for the project allocated, as far as my insider can tell on Amazon's behalf. No writing staff has been truly hired. No money has been truly allocated. No plans have been truly made. So that was the rumour that this guy was saying. Now, the whole, there's no money allocated, there's no writers and stuff like that, no plans, I don't really believe that end of things at all, because the hold up for so long since Cavill announced that this show was happening was they had to get the deal done with Games Workshop. It wasn't a case of, oh, they didn't know how to figure out the story, they didn't know this, they didn't know that, there was no writing. No, it was they had to wait to actually get the agreement in place with Games Workshop. So this thing of there was absolutely no money truly allocated, no plans have been there, no writing staff has been there, yeah, I don't really believe that. So it says this rumour was confirmed in Games Workshop's annual report that details Game Workshop and Amazon are working together for a period of 12 months ending in December 2024 to agree to creative guidelines for the films and television series to be developed by Amazon. The agreement will only proceed if the creative guidelines are mutually agreed between Games Workshop and Amazon. We will update you accordingly. Now, that end of things shows you that their deal in place was, okay, we've got 12 months to sort this out. Don't quite understand how it ends then in December. this coming December, because I'm pretty sure it was only like February or something when they actually signed the deal to join and to give the green light and the go ahead to Amazon. So I could be wrong about that. I feel like it was that time. But if you're going to have this much investment into it, where yous were obviously making deals to say, look, we'll take this share, you take that share, we'll implement this much money into it, you do that much, all this type of stuff. You're not really going to pull the plug on that, are you? And with Cavill doing other things as well, while this is trying to get developed, like he was doing the gentlemanly warfare and stuff like that. Yeah, it's more than likely that they're just going to extend the date. I definitely don't think it's going to be we're just going to scrap it, screw it. Even though we announced it and everyone's excited for it. Yeah, we'll just scrap it. Why would you do that? But it says the report also detailed that if things do go well, Amazon has the rights to develop Warhammer Fantasy as well. It states, under the terms of the agreement, Games Workshop has granted exclusive rights to Amazon in relation to films and television series set within the Warhammer 40k universe, together with an option for Amazon to license equivalent rights in the Warhammer Fantasy universe following the release of the initial Warhammer 40k production. So you're seeing there that they're saying if this gets actually made and it goes well, Amazon then can branch out and do spin-offs and stuff set in the fantasy universe, that they will have pretty much sole rights for film and television in that end of things. Whereas if it's the 40k end of things, they very much have to stick with Games Workshop. And of course, we know how much Cavill has been looking forward to this. He's really been like super pumped up about wanting to do this. The fact that creative control was given to him and stuff. Yeah, there's just, with everything with Cavill, and Cavill seems to have a fine working relationship with Amazon, seeing as he's just done a movie that's gone to Amazon, which is the Gentlemanly Warfare. So if Amazon is putting his name out there and saying he's going to be in control, all this stuff he's been talking about, they're all excited. Games Workshop finally agreed to doing the whole thing. They signed across the dotted line for it all to happen. Yeah, I would assume that this rumor is just that, pretty much rumor. Like, the confirming part is to say that, yeah, there's an agreement there we have this period of time to come up with a good story. It's not the case of, if we don't hit this particular time, this exact date, this exact time, this, it's done, it's scrapped, it's not happening. The 3 option thing that this rumor says is also just stupid. It's like, oh yeah, they'll either cancel it, they'll either go ahead with whatever story comes across their table, or they push the deadline so they could get the product even better. That would indicate that they'd be willing to make and work on something totally crap. Why would they do that? And then you even have Games Workshop speaking about the undertaking of trying to develop this thing into a TV series. Like, they even say, like, it's a monument undertaking. That's what they said. That's what, like, they actually said that themselves. They said TV and film production is a monument undertaking. It's not usually for projects to take 2 to 3 years from this point before something arrives on screen. Still, things are now properly rolling, and you can bet we'll bring you all the latest updates and cool snippets as soon as we are able. Now, again, you hear them talking about how much of an undertaking it is to actually get this thing to screen. And the funny thing as well is, where they also kind of blow that rumor out of, well, there's absolutely no staff, truly. There's no writers, and they said things are now properly rolling. As was Games Workshop that said that. So it's going to be interesting to actually hear, and we're only in, well, we're hitting August now, we're in August. There's still quite a bit of way to go before we hit December, so I wouldn't be hitting any panic buttons as of yet. But there is this rumor, so make of it what you will. Take it with probably a dump truck of salt, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully everything goes well and Henry Cavill actually gets to work on a project he's truly passionate about, because the guy deserves a break. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.